просто так заметил. И будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сиять, так сиять. Эти мысли встретить, я просто так заметил. И будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сиять, так сиять. Эти мысли.
Большую часть моих слов бесишься. И вообще я знаю, что я тебя очень бешу, но... Я знаю, что это все по-хорошему. Ты такой, какой ты есть. И обстоятельства сложились так, что
лучше это знай, что незачем играть в свой рай. Но счастье есть и ты. Шагай к нему, беги. А я эти мысли встретил, я просто так заметил. И будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сиять. Так.
Okay, so I have, I don't know if you're there, bro, Levan. I have, just write me if you're there, just so I know that you're with me. I have already just named everything, and I'm going to move on to, you see I have some sort of template up here that I use, where I have loaded most of my plugins and all the things I need. So I'm going to now start moving those tracks there. That was the purpose of organizing all of this. So let me start quickly renaming everything. Like this is drums, bass, this one is kick, kick. This one is claps. This one is hi-hat. What comes next? This one is cymbals 0 0. This one is FX kick. This one is bass 0 0. Just putting the names here on my tracks, not on the audio files, but in the tracks. Bass 0 1. Let's see. Then is sub moog. Let's keep this little menu here. Sub moog. Then we have splice 0 0. Then I have piano. Then I have synth. So let me carry on. Okay, this one is gonna be synth 1. Synth 1, synth 2, synth 3, synth 4, synth strings, and then I have Vox lead. Vox lead, Vox left, lead left, Vox lead right, Vox lead 2, Vox lead left, lead 2 left, Vox lead 2 right. Then I have, if I'm not mistaken, I have backing vocals, BVs 0 0, and then BVs 0 1. Actually, let me better call them BVs 0 1 and 0 2. And 0 2. 0 1. Here. Come on. This is BVs 1, and then come on, dude. And this is BVs 2. Dang it. Okay, so I'm going to be becoming stupid here. So this one should be, I see what's going on. BVs 1, and then this one is BVs 2. Now I have, this is the box, the boss, and then I have FX1 samples, FX2 and FX3. Alright, so all the tracks have been sorted out. That's a very important step. So let's move our drums and percussions up there to where they belong now, to their new little home. So I'm going to be kind of at my drums, my session here. So let's take our kick. I think the drums boss, I'm gonna drop it down here and I'm gonna hide it and make it inactive in case I need to hear it later. So now let's bring our kick here and route it to this boss called kick 1. So let's do it. Kick 1, here you are. Yeah. And all the processing I need is there. I can delete these guys. Okay, now next I have claps. So claps, let's drop it on this snare boss that I had created. So let's go here and drop it to the snare boss. Snare, 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 here, snare. And I can delete these guys. Now let me see what else do I got percussion wise. I have a hi-hat, which I'm going to just, I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna route it to this overheads boss in case this can be useful for, let me just go here for future songs, because we will continue with this schablon further up. So overheads here, and let's delete this left and right thing. What else do I got? Percussion wise, I got cymbals and FX kick. So I have a second percussion boss that I'm going to use for that, and the rest that I don't need, I'm going to hide it and make inactive because it can be useful for the next songs. Who knows what the future will bring us. So all these toms, I don't need it. Let's just route these to this thing called extra toms and rename it. Let's rename it perk 1. So it's percussion, and let's get rid of all these guys here. Delete. Yeah, this will save me hours, man, because I mean I have all my basic plugins loaded there, and this will make it everything faster and easier. So then I got the bass section, so let's move on up there and drop it here. So what do I got here? I got T extra toms, bass. Okay, so I'm gonna route, this is the bass boss, I think. Yeah, this one is the bass boss. How do I know? Because the waveform is fatter, is the summing of these two. Bass boss. So again, I'm going to kind of hide and make inactive here, put it under this place because we don't need it. I don't need this, guys. Let's just route all of these to bass.1 boss and bass.1 boss and Osmo, and let's hide and make inactive this thing. No, actually I can delete it. I don't need this thing. So this is already going to the proper boss. And okay, now I have my guitar lines, which I'm not gonna use. Let's take the splice on its own, and let's just treat it and send it to output 5 and 6, where I will send the scenes to. And let's use this neutron. Let's use this processing line for it. EQ, oxide, decapitator, and I think we can get rid of these guys. So this now becomes a boss on its own. And then I wanted to have the chance to send this to some effects, so I'm gonna use this guitar 1 Valhalla. I just accidentally deleted it before time, so there should be a boss called, let's see it, Valhalla drums. No, did they check? Galaxy Echo, come on, where are you? It's Guitar Effects 1. Okay, so let's go and search for Guitar Effects 1, Guitar 2, Vox, Guitar Effects 1. Okay, so let's just call this now Synth Effects 1. Synth Effects 1. Okay, and we have one effect line there. Okay, the next thing we will do is to move on these piano tracks and synth tracks up there and keep separating how we process them. So this thing goes here. So our next stage would be, I think I'm just gonna treat all these guys, the piano definitely individually, so I'm gonna wait, let me just move these things up here and make this piano track to be a thing of its own. Oxide, decapitator, H delay in case I want to activate it, neutron 3 and relay, and yeah, and so I think yeah, I can do this. One guy will go to output 5 and 6. I can delete this thing. Let's use the guitar effects 2 there. Delete this thing, and this thing becomes a yellow thing. And now there is guitar effects 2 down here. Okay. So now I have scenes 1, 2, 3. Let's group them. This scene to be a synth bass thingy. Yeah. Pretty sure this is a synth bass thingy. So let's just send this down to the end of our synths and let's organize this in order of progression, how they happen. So, well, it seems like I'm gonna try to treat all of this like one resource, I think, yeah, and just treat them all separately, really. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I have a lot of processing power available today because we're working in 44.1 and there are not so many tracks, so don't need to let's say, don't need to be so worried about processing power. And then I'm gonna put all these synth reverbs down here in case I want to use them. So I have piano, synth 1, and now let's continue using these things: the oxide, decapitator, neutron, and relay. And the same for here: oxide, decapitator. Let's treat everything separately: neutron and relay. And do the same down here: oxide, decapitator, neutron, and relay. And then this guy: oxide, decapitator, neutron, and relay. So these guys become outputs on their own, and they're all gonna go to output 7 and 8. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be cool. So all of these guys are output 7 and 8 kind of thingies. Now let me rename these guys. This is very boring, but it's very important to me. So this guy is gonna be called synth 1. By the way, well, we'll see. Maybe I don't need to do this right now. And let's send this. Right now these sends are in 0, so let's send everything to synth FX 1 and 2. Oh, you rename this guy synth FX 1 and 2. So I have 1 and 2. This is 2 and this is 1. Synth FX 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So all of this is going down here, 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 here. So in that sense, I got just the opportunity to use those buses that I just created down there. All of this is going to output 7 and 8. And these effects, let's send them to output 7 and 8 too. Okay, now it's time to sort out my vocals. So I have here 3 parts of vocals things. So let's grab part 1 and drop it here. So this first set of vocal guys will go to lead box. Yeah, let's just grab this thing here and route everything to lead box. And let's get rid of all of these guys. Так, let's send this here, just okay. So these guys, I don't need them. Here's my lead box boss, so I'll use it. Here's my lead box boss, and now let's go to the next one, next set of tracks, which is, hey, what the hell I did? This is Vox lead, and what do I got here? Vox lead 2, So let's send this to the next group of tracks. which is here. And then I have, yeah, I think I have enough. Yep. So these guys will go to this set of tracks called BBs1. And now I can delete these things. Delete. Oh no. Delete. And so then one more set of tracks here, and with the box, and we're almost done. So here it is, and this is the box boss, which we will send down here. We don't need it. Hide and make inactive. So now I'm here, BBs1, and here these guys go to BBs2, backing vocals 2. Great. And so let's delete this. I don't need it. And now the last but not least, I got these effects. I think we can treat them individually with the same processing that I was doing for the synths. So this guy, then the oxide, then the capitator, neutron and relay. Neutron and relay. And relay. And they become yellow because they are outputs on their own. And they output to 11 and 12. Okay, so let me copy this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Copy this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that's how you do a setup. So what's gonna happen next is that I need to do one little annoying bureaucratic thing. So this is number 1, that's correct. This one is number 2, that's correct. This one is number 3, that's correct. And this one is number 4. Well, let's leave it 6. Yes, there, that makes sense. And then this one is 7, that's good. This one is 8, that's good. This one is 9, that's good. This one is 10, that's great. This one is 11. This one is 12. Yeah, and let's call it how it is. 11 is synth 1. 12 is synth 2. Third, this one, 12, 13 is strings. So I have 11, 12, 13 strings, 14, this is gonna be synth 3, 15 is gonna be synth 2. This is 15, yeah, and sorry, and this is synth 4. Okay, Valhalla, Vox lead, so then I was on 15 and now I'm gonna have 16 is Lucidvox. 17 is BBs1. No, 16. Sorry, it was like 16. 17 BB's 1, 18, BB's 2, and then we have the neutron, the next one, which is 19, and it would be FX, FX1, 20, FX2, FX2, and 21, FX3. Great. And now the last last annoying step is I need to check the relays. So this one is 80, that's correct. 81, 81. Extra tones, 82. Bass 83. 83, splice 84, piano 85, synth 1, 82, synth 2, 83, synth 3, 84, synth 4, 85, synth 5, and here I have nectar 86 Vox, 86 Vox A, and then I guess that these relays, I really don't need them. It's just an overkill, so great. And so, okay, that was all to prepare my visual mixer that you can see here. So that's a really important part of my process, and we'll certainly use it a lot. Now, let me delete all the tracks that are hidden. Will make my life easier. Oh, yeah. And just leave it all stripped down and simple. Okay, so now I save this as the version 00, and now okay, he didn't like something here. He didn't like, I think that Pro Tools didn't like path to session contains illegal characters. Pro Tools didn't like this thing, so I'm gonna call it 3 dots. So 3 dots 0 0, and now, oh, still not liking something there. That's weird. I understand what's going on. Oh man, this is gonna be very problematic potentially. Wait, can I quit Pro? Okay, I think I'm back here and everything is cool now. So now I can save this as yeah, wait a second. Yeah, everything cool. Save as, so we can call this 3 dots song 1, 3 dots version 00, and now let me save this as version 01. I want to keep the version 00 as it's kind of the most neutralized one of them all, and everything will be great like that. So now I got all my visual mixer here set up, which is great news. I have kicks, overheads, drums, extra tones, bass, relay, splice, everything that we just renamed, all of it is there. And now one last thing I need to do to set up my work. Yeah, and by the way, that's gonna be important. I'm going to reset let's take them to factory default, all neutrons and nectars, let's take them to factory default. That's really important here. That's all boring, but it's just really important stuff what we're doing here. So let's bring everything to factory default here, and Valhalla here, factory default. So this one actually so where are we? Have extra tones with drums. What happened there? Snare. Did I lost my numbers? Ah, fuck. I see. Oh, this is so annoying. This is such a great program, but it has some really annoying interface that it's very boring to use sometimes, because it has... You will see as we work and progress in our work, you will see how it's used and why I'm so careful about these names. It's really useful stuff, but they just have a bit of an older interface. So I see. I just learned the hard way that maybe it's better not to hit factory defaults, but just go here and make sure that these guys are in 0, because then it will fuck my balance. Correct. Everybody in 0. Are you relay in 0? No, that's all super important. Are you back to 0? Yes. Are you back to 0? Yes. And now I need to do it here. Then we will redo all that work that is going on in there. Neutron, back to 0. Relay, back to 0. 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 Nectar, are you in 0? Here, everything is 0. Nectar, everything is in 0. And BB's 2 is everything in 0. Relay, are you in 0? Yes. Neutron, are you in 0? Yes. Neutron 3, are you in 0? Yes. Neutron 4, are you in 0? Yes. And relay, are you in 0? Yes. And everything, all the setup for the tracks has been done. Now, let me check that I got a signal here.
Я могу говорить все то, что я думаю. Даже
Right now the balance is gonna be super pizdец. It's normal. I mean, I'm just haven't balanced anything. It's just like now this is how a session should look like. Everything well named, everything properly set up, so we can start mixing. And this will be our schablon. By the way, let me save us this like on top of the 3.00 so we can use it as a template. Let me see what happens if I jump here.
Я знаю, что это все по-хорошему.
Просто лучше это знать, что не зачем.
Okay, by the way, let me import the reference mix that you sent to me before. Let me add here into the project the session that the mixing version that you sent. So yeah, here it is, Lieva, show audio, save audio file, just put it there and drop these downloads. Yeah, just gonna put it around here. It's gonna be our reference mix. So I need to send this to stereo audio track. Thanks. Okay, this is the same as in Telega. So this one will go to output 2728. Great. Okay, so yeah, this gives me just some first so this gives me the opportunity to start working. Let me import the one that you sent here. Is in here stems for, and I guess it's here Leva and notes. Let me see the notes. What do we got here? More solid drum. Okay, I will check it out now. I'll check them out when I go back to mix. Thank you very much for those notes. That's all super important. So I have added this into the song, and now I have a reference mix that I can hear. So I'm gonna do a bit of Moscow Music School work for now. You know, just for sport, this is just for sport, I'm going to record this now. The reason why I want to record it now is because if you hear that there is any element missing, it's cool that you will tell me before my next session, which will happen a bit later. I have a couple of meetings and then I'll be back to mix. Now, I want to show you something. Like, as I mentioned to you, we are working... by the way, I see that I'm stupid because let me show you the camera one sec. As I told you once, we are working in an analog mixer. Right now, I used to have a second webcam looking at it so you can see the meters, but it stopped working for some reason. So that's an analog mixer, you see? And then there are, this guy has 24 stereo tracks. And what is happening is that if you notice here, let me move a bit, there's that red fader. I'm gonna point it with my finger. You see that red fader? Yeah. So that red fader is the recording of the mix. I mean, that's a mix. That's actual mix. It's happening in an analog environment. Like my sound card, which is down there, you can see it. Like that's the Orion 32. It can send out 24 audio tracks, and so I'm sending out to those different channels, like the audio tracks separately, like drums, bass, synths, everything are going to one specific place, and then I'm recording the mix. So that's what you're gonna see me doing now. My plan right now is to record this mix quickly, how it is right now, and it's just the only reason why it can be useful to you is just because I want you to tell me if there is any element missing. Maybe on the import I missed something, but this is not a mix or anything like that similar to, I mean, it's just like Pispiet's first version, just to make sure that I got all the elements there, and when I come back a bit later I will start properly mixing. Okay, so I'm gonna record this as a useful reference, and I'm gonna leave it recording 1 second. So I have to record the output of the mix.
Я могу говорить все то, что я думаю, даже если на большую часть моих слов бесишься, и вообще я знаю, что я себя очень бешу, но...
Я просто так вместе, и будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сильно.
Я знаю, что это все по-хорошему.
Так сильно. Просто лучше это знать, что незачем играть в свой рай.
Такой какой-то есть.
Но счастье Эти мысли встать, я просто так отметил. И будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сиять.
Я знаю, что это все по-хорошему.
Так сиять. Эти мысли в сердце, я просто так отметил. И будет очень грустно, если мы вместе сможем так сиять. Так сиять. Эти мысли, я просто так. И будет очень, если мы вместе сможем так сиять.
Okay, we'll go offline for now. In a bit, I'll write you in advance when I'm gonna come back to record. Well, to continue mixing, and it will definitely will have a good progress today. Keep exporting some more stems so I can build all the tracks. That would be awesome. I usually like to build everything in one session. The first session is super boring, building everything, but then we know that there are no problems, that I got everything, that nothing is missing. I remind you that you can come back to the stream anytime and just look at hear it again, so this remains there, and just use the link to review something or rewatch something or whatever you need. Okay? So that's a mixing prep. I'll be back somewhere after 4 p.m. I'll let you know when. So yeah, let's do that and have fun with that. So thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to mix this, and see you a bit later.